Hello and welcome. It's me, Percita, and this is Percitas Paradox. So here we are today. So excited to see you and hope all is well with you and yours. Getting closer to Thanksgiving. Everyone's getting excited. I know I am. And it's getting colder. Thank you, Jesus. Praise God, because I am over the heat. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you, your time and effort in finding the channel today. And if you're an OG, you know the drill. Thank you so much for always supporting and continuing to share the videos. So today, what shall we talk about? I think today is a really good day to start to talk about this thing called doubt, right? And the reason why I say that is because this is really that time of the year, as I've already started to talk about, that people get into a self-loathing type of energy. And today I just wanted to touch on, not really go too deep, just give you a little perspective and some ideas to think about in regards to doubt. So we want to ask ourselves initially to start the simple question of what is causing us to doubt? What is causing us to doubt? And what I mean by that is that we typically have had enough time with ourselves to really identify things that we know we can and we can't do. Some things we continue to try to master and try to perfect, but to really understand what you can and can't do, I think is something that we all possess. If we want to deal with it, if we want to agree with it, if we want to embrace it, accept it, completely different facets, but we do know what exactly we're capable of. Some of us want to really tell ourselves, I won't really call it a lie. I'll really say it's really a affirmational, possessional statement or a mindset that believes that you can do more. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's a tricky line between believing you can do more, actually doing the work to be able to become the more you're speaking of, and walking in the truth as you're trying to possess it, against the idea of just completely doubting yourself that you're not capable of actually achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve for yourself or for others or for whatever. And in the exact same breath, not really understanding what you are capable of to really make that assessment. Now, you might say, well, that was a tongue-tying statement and it kind of went around and about. Well, let me give it to you like this. You want to always understand that your purpose is your purpose. And no one is really going to understand what your purpose is, meaning you can't really explain it to others because it's not theirs. And most are going to move in a vein that they understand that it's not theirs. So they're only going to be able to give you the perspective of their experiences. When you think of doubting yourself, you want to really assess before you even go to that place of, have you actually done the work in order to achieve the goal that you're looking for? If you haven't, then you already are setting yourself up to be in a place of doubt that may be accurate. But I don't mean it in a sense of accurate, like you can't overcome it. I mean it in a sense of accuracy because you understand you haven't done the work. So the fear or the doubt that you're feeling is valid. If you're doubting yourself after you've done everything that you know that you can do in order to prepare yourself for whatever it is and whatever the endeavor is that you're trying to accomplish, then is when it gets a little crazy. Because you'd have to believe that if you've put the best effort forward, you put your best foot forward, you're walking in a preparational, intentional position, and you understand what your next move is, then I'm going to challenge you to ask you, now, why are you doubting? Because in that doubt, you'd have to understand you would still believe that there was something else that you did not do or should have done in order to prepare yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. Preparation does not necessarily mean that you still won't fall flat on your face or you still won't have some sense of negative connotation in regards to what is going to transpire, or, you know, the universe is not aligned with your opportunity in your preparation. So you still may find yourself doubting. But I want you to understand that doubt really comes from the idea that you don't believe. And I need you to understand that once you've done everything that you possibly can do for yourself or anything, another person, situation, work, whatever, there's no reason to doubt yourself, because you must now believe that you have done what it would take in order to achieve whatever the goal is, or you have done whatever is necessary for you to receive or should have an expectation of reciprocation back. Now, I'm a big proponent in saying that, you don't really want to expect too much from too many, and you really want to walk in a life of no expectation. And that would be ideal, because that's what I would hope for us all, to be able to actually move in a vein that, of course, you're going to expect, but you don't really allow the expectations to just convolute your thoughts and, really mess up your momentum. But in the exact same breath, you want to know that you should expect greatness if you are doing what it is that you need to do in order to achieve that greatness. So there's the expectation again of saying, if you're putting it out, then you should definitely expect it to come back. Most people would refer to that in a karma aspect, to say, if you're putting out good energy and you're walking in the vein of, I won't say perfection, because that's that's a little oblique. I would say if you're walking in the vein of the idea of things moving and being prepared and things moving in a progression, that you should expect to move, right? It would equate to, if you're cutting the car on, you put it in drive, you expect for it to move. You know that you need to put your foot on the gas. You know that you are still in control of that, but you still expect when you put your foot on the gas that the car would actually move. It would be the exact same thing that I'm trying to say. So in regards to doubting and asking yourself why you're doubting, you would really have to go to the root of self to ask, have you actually done what you feel is required to have an expectation of completion? That's the funny part. That's the part where I feel like the doubt is a little tricky, because I don't believe we believe sometimes that we've done what we need to do, even though we have, even though we're in a space where we have actually done the work. We still doubt if we're deserving of it, right? There's the next tier, because in that you still would find yourself saying like, well, I don't know if this is the time for me to get it, or I don't know if I'm supposed to have whatever this is, be it love, be it work, be it home, be it whatever tangible, whatever emotional. There's that part where you're still in a position of not believing in yourself, that you deserve everything that is prosperous and loving to you. We all do, right? So you want to be in a space of understanding what doubt is, why it's coming about, and why you then are feeling comfortable in it. We also don't want to fail. So sometimes we'll put doubt out there, or we'll put that, the line of, we'll see. Somebody will ask you a statement, and how do you feel about so-and-so and so-and-so? Or you're going, well, I don't know. We'll see. The we'll see is a sense of you really do know, right? But you don't want to put any expectations out just in case things don't go the way you want, or just in case you're in a position where you feel like you might get let down by the situation or the person or whatever. So you put that sense of doubt out just as a buffer. I'm going to propose to you today that we walk in a sense of assuredness that we know once we've done what we need to do, we expect greatness. We wake up with the idea of it's going to be a great day. No doubt about what could happen and what should happen and what negative could be, but a sense of self, and in believing that you know that you're going to give whatever it takes in order to make things work, and that you expect that to come back to you. So it's an energy of asking yourself, why are you doubting? And then it's the energy of shifting that trajectory into I'm not going to doubt. So I'm giving you both ends of the perspective. Why are you doubting? Now that we've assessed why you're doubting, now we're saying there's absolutely nothing to doubt. There's nothing for you to walk in that vein of, caveat, if you've done the things you need to do. And you might say, well, Percitas, that's easy to say. I mean, it's easy for you to put the if in there and just act as if like that's not a big thing. It's not a big thing, because you have the power to change it. So as I'm actually saying the words, even if I was in a position of doubting, I have the position, the power, and the attributes to say things differently in order for them to shift. So then the shift would be, I'm not going to doubt it. I've done what I need to do. I expect nothing but greatness to come back to me. And that's all I'm willing to receive. That's the last part. Be in a position that you're only willing to accept things that are willing to love you and cherish you and appreciate you back. And that's anything. Hell, that's sometimes even yourself. Sometimes you'll find yourself not appreciating yourself, which is why we stress the point so much of love yourself and self-love and self-care because you're putting things and people in front of yourself. Always be in a space of you have no reason to do that. Thus, you have no reason to doubt yourself. You can't worry about the other people. So when I'm saying, why are you doubting? Notice how I'm not saying why people are doubting you. We don't care about people doubting us because they are up to whatever opinion that they want to have. And it is not your position to try to improve their perspective of you. Your position is to walk in a authentic manner, living your life authentic, as I'm always saying, and being in a space where you don't doubt yourself. Because if you don't cheer you, no one else will. Promise you. If you don't feel that way about yourself, you cannot expect anyone else to feel or be that way. So today, let's walk in a different perspective of doubt. Let's see it. Let's assess it, but then let's move through it and let's actually assess if we've done what we need to do, make sure that that is the case, and move through doubt. And don't allow doubt to really hold you hostage to your new levels of successes and loves and your new levels of goals and aspirations, because you are the cause and the effect of doubt. You can control that. You are in complete abilities of doing what you need to do so that you believe in yourself and don't doubt. Believing in yourself puts you in a divinity place. It puts you in a higher being. It puts you in a space of understanding that divinely you are fantastic. And it is your responsibility to showcase your fantasticness at all cost. So as always, all I'm going to ask for you to do is to do what I always ask you to do, which is live life authentic. Live life authentic. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you. If you've listened to me thus far, then you have a responsibility to like, share, and comment on this video. If you haven't subscribed and you keep coming back, come on. Go ahead and hit the subscription button, hit the notification button so that you know when the next videos are coming, and make sure that you stay abreast on what's happening. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram. All that information will be in the description. If you want to talk further, there's also an email. Feel free to send me an email and we can discuss whatever you'd like. But as always, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.